Alright, hopefully you are back with me now. Appears that the lobby has been resurrected and we'll be able to get this race underway after a few technical issues. Now, of course, an interesting tactical curveball that reset throws is that everyone in the top 10 now gets to start on soft or fresh tyres. They must start on soft tyres because that's what they were going to start on regardless, but they now will not have the minimum 3 laps of quality tyre wear on their tyres, so that just levels the playing field a little bit and means that all the drivers from P11 down, while they can still start on mediums or hards, they will not have the added advantage of having a fresh set of tyres on their car as opposed to a slightly worn set. So we will wait again for, I think it's the formation lap happens again. And yeah, so there's been a bit of a wait, but we will get underway very, very soon. It's not the only wait that's going on here. My co-commentator still not opting to show up, which is very, very hurtful. But you know, that's life. Sometimes people. Oh goodness, are we okay? Goodness, the lights are going up for a race start. Sometimes in life, people sort of, they let you down a little bit. They put napping ahead of commentating a video game, which is, it's a tough pill to swallow. But I've got 28 laps here to drown my sorrows and hopefully what will be a gripping Grand Prix. We'll check the tyres here, make sure that everyone is behaving themselves in terms of tyre choice. And oh boy, I can already see one who is not. So the top 10 are all on softs, but I remember that Asher and Sir Hawker, the two McLarens, they were both on softs, and now Sir Hawker has gone on hards. That is a big no-no. And assuming the rule has not changed, Sir Hawker will be disqualified from the race, post-race anyway, not obviously within game, because the game doesn't know what's going on. But Sir Hawker has made a bit of a boo-boo. I've done it myself before, not on purpose, but just through carelessness, and naturally I ended up putting in quite a good performance, and it just was all for nothing because I got DQ'd. So yeah, anything that Sir Hawker does here, keep it in mind with a grain of salt, because he's got a big cloud hanging over him now. Now I saw that Nozza looked like he left the session again. Has he got more internet issues? He's ghosting. I'm not sure what that means. Does it mean he's disconnected? I don't think it's a good sign anyway. He's having all sorts of issues with his internet. Maybe he's still on dial-up. Poor guy. We'll see how he progresses early on. But Jackie Perez finishing now his second formation lap. Will this be the time that he gets to get this race underway? The man who could of course have been DQ'd, he's obviously had contact. Jackie Perez, the man who was unceremoniously dumped out of last week's season opener in Portugal. Can he bounce back and bring home the bacon for the Alpine team? He's got his teammate down in P9, so an opportunity here for a good points haul for the French-based team. And we've got Broken Reptile in P2, Clarence in P3, drivers who I don't believe had much success last week. And then Shockwave in P4, he did have some success. He was on the podium, I believe. Grid lines up. Are we going to have any more issues this time, or will we be good? I think we're going to be good. Lights will be going out. Trying to get the right thingy up here. 5 red lights, and we are go. And it looks like, oh goodness, a good start for Broken Reptile on the inside, but not good enough. Watch the Red Bull on the inside. Who's that? Is that Shockwave taking P2? Wow, out of nowhere, Shockwave. 2 spots at the start, and he's all over Jackie Perez. I don't know where to look. There's yellows somewhere. Where's my mini-map? Oh gosh, I don't even have the mini-map up. There's an Alpine at the back. It's Dan the Racer. He's dropped 10 positions. But at the front, it is Jackie Perez leading from now the two Red Bulls who've had great starts. Shockwave up 2 spots, Goodwill up 3, and then Broken Reptile and Clarence, the two sort of wildcard drivers, have dropped slightly. As there's some scrapping back through the field, Stobie is sitting still in P7 where he started. Braden's dropped a spot. Then we've got two drivers behind who are fighting themselves. They've gained hugely off the start, and oh goodness me, what's going on here? Future Dreamliner trying to make up some positions. Oh goodness gracious me. Keep it clean, boys, come on. Dreamliner will dive bomb bench warmer and he has to concede. Nozzle 7's having internet issues still. Feel sorry for the guy, that's really unfortunate. Back through the pack is wobbling away. Ash is lining up Glorious Noodle. I don't know where to look. Broken Reptile right on the back of Goodwill. I'm getting a cold, hopefully it's not Corona. So the top 4 look reasonably settled. Definitely some battles still sorting themselves out. Honest Crook and Combat, they've both had poor starts. Honest Crook's down 5 positions, oh goodness, and oh, Crook's in the I was going to say in the bin, he's in the pits. He must have damage. And the strong qualifier, but perennially questionable racer. He's going to hate me for saying that. I'm going to cop all sorts of stick, but he has struggled again to stay out of trouble. Combat's having issues, and Combat's spun. Combat has had some kind of contact, and that is not good news at all. The Haas drivers, Gunther Steiner is just... I mean, he's got a creative interpretation of the English language in terms of his swearing. I think he's possibly created some new words here. That is an absolute disaster. Nozzle 7's rejoined the lobby. He's obviously checked out momentarily. Yeah, top 4 at the moment. Jackie Perez has maintained the lead. He sits P1. Shockwave has jumped up to P2, and Goodwill up from P6 now P3. So the Red Bull's looking strong. Broken Reptile's got good pace. He's within half a second of Goodwill, and he'll be hoping to stay well within DRS and mount a challenge. Excuse me, once DRS becomes available next lap, I believe. Streamliner and Braden have a scrap. Dreamliner's got the inside. Braden will try to hang it around the outside, and Dreamliner says, no you don't, I'm dive bombing, taking the inside, and I will have P7, thank you very much. Shockwave, quick slap the race, he's looking decent, as, oh goodness, what's going on? Noz is having a mare. No, he's not. Lauren Fire Sky and Noz are scrapping. Oh no, there's contact, and Lauren was down the inside. That was, oh goodness, and he's doing another spin. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He finally gets a turnaround, but that's a shame for the Williams man. He had a tough opening race in Portugal. Tried to hang it on the hard tyres at the end of the race when everyone else had pitted the softs under safety car, and he dropped quite badly. He took a punt, it didn't work. And yeah, things are looking tough early on for the second Williams man. Back at the front, Jack is still leading, but his lead is not big, and Shockwave is looking very, very pacey. Is DRS enabled? It is. This will surely be a regulation move. It's on ERS. Jackie doesn't even put the ERS on. He knows that that is a battle that is not worth fighting. DRS is very overpowered down that back straight. So Shockwave takes the lead. Jackie slots into P2. And the top 4 are just slightly checking out from Clarence back in P5. The field's starting to spread slightly further down the field. So Hawker and Combat scrapping it out. And so Hawker's spun. I can speak English. Oh dear. Thankfully he's ghosting, he's all over the racing line. But yeah, disaster here for McLaren. P17 and P19 currently. Asher well off the back. I think he might have possibly pitted as well. Thomas Crook and Asher on mediums. Now, who has pitted so far? Yep, Thomas Crook and Asher have stopped, presumably for damage. Oh yeah, where to look, people. I'm right on board with the broken reptile for now. Hanging on to the back of the two Red Bulls. Well, the one Red Bull that is now making an Alpine sandwich with Jackie Perez. Here we go. There's going to be some DRS abuse going on here. There's yellows. There's another McLaren that's at the moment. Start of sector 2. These three cars will all have DRS, and I think they're just going to follow each other line astern, all the while closing in on Shockwave and P1. McLaren's still struggling to get up to racing speed. Down the back, I think that was Sid Walker again. So beginning lap 5 here. As I said, the race starting to settle down a little bit. But of course there are battles going on. So Walker, I really don't know what is going on with him. Stovey in the Aston. I love the back of Dreamliner. Dreamliner's not super quick here. I'm a little bit surprised actually. The pole to flag winner from last week is down in P6 and he's already about 5 seconds at least off the lead pack. Quite sure what's going on there. He is on the soft tyres too, so you'd expect him to be reasonably quick at this stage of the race. We'll check on people's tyres. Can we do that? Here we go. So top 8 are on softs, and the leading alternative tyre runner is CN Goat, P9. He's gained 4 positions, so things looking good for him. Bench warmer is P10, and he's gained 5, I believe, on the hards. As Dan the Racer passes Glorious Noodle. Dan trying to make up some places after a difficult early start. Glorious also not having a good time of it. Dan the Racer's well out of DRS to the car in front, so a little bit of a scratchy run through there for the Mercedes driver. Not great either for Dan. I think Glorious Noodle will have a crack here at the Alpine going into the hairpin. Long run down, but DRS is strong and he'll go down the inside. Will he try to outbrake Dan? Oh goodness boys, leave each other room. And they do, good racing. So those positions remain what they are. We'll go further up the front. Top 4 continue to battle. We're on lap 6 and they've been line astern pretty much from the beginning, apart from Shockwave getting Jackie a couple of laps ago. We'll stick with these guys for now, unless something crazy happens elsewhere. Another mover down the pack, we've got Altonki in the Mercedes. He's gained 6 positions. And he's not a million miles away from his teammate Glorious Noodle. Altonki will be, I believe, on an alternative tyre too. He is, he's on those hards. So he'll be one to watch. As we go again towards that back straight, a bit of a compromise line for Goodwill. Here we go, can Broken Reptile do something? He's got a lot of ERS, is broken. And Goodwill is almost out. Well, okay. Goodwill's not on the ERS. Broken is, and surely Broken will make this stick if he gets his braking right. He does. Oh, he's leaving a lot of room, is he? No. Oh goodness, they're inside each other. And the Aston man. Oh goodness, is it? Oh, here we go. Shockwave's in the pits, and that's 6. I was going to say that's early, but I actually think on a track like this where tyre wear is pretty bad, that yeah, that's not actually a super early stop. Clarence and Future Dreamliner have stopped as well. Okay. What tyres are these boys going onto? Shockwave onto mediums, and the other two presumably onto hards or mediums. And yep, okay, so Shockwave's Future's gone onto more mediums. Okay, interesting. So we'll keep an eye on those 3. Oh, Dreamliner's, jeez, he's not looking himself today. He's really looking scratchy. So Shockwave is some way ahead of those other two. He's definitely, yeah, your effective race leader, I would say, especially with a bit of an undercut going on. Dreamliner being on those mediums, he will want to clear Clarence. Oh goodness, not there though. Clarence is on the hard tyre, he'll be slower. And this is the opportunity. Dreamliner's on to the ERS. Can he keep it clean and line up a move? Clarence will have his own DRS. So many abbreviations, it's doing my head in. Clarence is a bit wide. Jackie Prez hits from round about the race lead. See where he resumes or returns to the track. Both of these guys on ERS. Oh goodness, it's a long way to come back from, and looks like he'll hold the spot. Jackie Prez coming out of the pits. Shockwave should get him, I think. And does. That's the gap. Gee, it's not much. It is not much. Hayden in the chat asking if Nozza is racing. I believe he is. Or maybe he's not. I think he's having major internet issues and he's ghosting, so yeah, he's a long way behind. He's out of contention, I'm afraid. Sorry to say for him. Dreamliner gets by Combat. Combat was on old hards. And he's a sitting duck, really. Sitting wombat, you might even say, to Dreamliner. He gets ahead. Dreamliner needed to make that move. He's got now 5 seconds to Jackie. Jackie's now all over the back of El Tonki. Wait to see if the guys in the top 2 especially come into the pits. They're on those softs. You can see Broken Reptile has pulled out a good gap to Goodwill while I've been clacking my jaws. Goodwill looks like he's pitting. Broken Reptile continuing. We'll stay on board now with Jackie to see if he can clear El Tonki. He should do it fairly easily. And he does. I think Shockwave might have just got past Glorious Noodle. So Shockwave's making shockwaves on those fresher tyres. I'm full of bad puns tonight. I'm kind of sorry and I'm kind of not. Bunch of people pitting now. Oh goodness. Stovey, Braden, Goodwill. Where are they going to come out? Goodwill's in front of Dreamliner, behind Jackie. We've got spammers in the chat. It's always much appreciated. Yep, thanks a lot. Absolutely beautiful. What's Stovey up to? Dropping back a little bit. Should make absolute mincemeat of Honest Croc here. Honest Croc defends like his life depends on it on those well-loved mediums. Goodness, he might go around the outside, and he does he? Oh goodness! And oh no, Crook's been hit. There's been contact, and Honest Crook is around. Oh dear. Oh, it's so easy to do. Go side by side, a little bit of a wheel bang, and you're off. Oh no, I didn't catch a great angle of that, but unfortunate for Honest Crook. He needs a safety car to save his race, I'm afraid. We'll go back up the front. Shockwave is all tagging the back of the AlphaTauri. Christian Horner's on the phone to Franz Tost saying, get your driver out of the way. He's on old hards, he's not racing us. What are you doing? What are we doing here? Racing or ping pong? As a certain German driver once said. And oh goodness, he's up the inside. Will he make it stick? I think he will. He's on fresher tyres. Shockwave gets through. He's clearing these cars at a rate of knots, to his credit. And can he get C and GOAT as well? Seeing Goat's low on ERS. Shockwave's not got much of his own either. Just bide his time for now. Jackie Prez back on those hards. It's a slightly different strategy to Shockwave. Only a couple of seconds off though, and then he's got Broken Reptile all over the back of him on mediums, and Goodwill. So really that early combination of Shockwave, Jackie, Broken and Goodwill are still together. And there's just a couple of guys who haven't pitted really getting in the mix. Shockwave made pretty light work of C and Goat here, I would say. Oh goodness, interesting camera angles going on. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Shockwave. Down the inside, C and Goat will not fight that too much. And now Shockwave is resuming the lead of the race, clearing the guys who haven't pitted. Goodwill all over the back of Jackie currently. I see my co-commentator has joined the live chat. Nice to see that you're awake and conscious. Feel free to join the party, PlayStation party, if you wish to participate in the hijinks here. This race is very interestingly poised at the moment. In terms of strategy, I think it's a two-stop, maybe. I could be wrong about that. If anyone's just gone onto hards, they can maybe carry on, or there's an Aston who's had some kind of mishap and it's Nozza, who may or may not be there. It looks like he comes and goes. Oh, no, those are hot tyres, my friend. He's just having an absolute mare, and he needs to possibly not do that if he wants to have a long career in race spec. Moving on. Back with these guys, and there's oh goodness, there's a bit of a train of cars behind C and Goat here, and Noz has been DQ'd. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Broken Reptile all over the back of Benchwarmer. Oh goodness me. Oh, this is not going to end well. Oh goodness. Oh, I don't know where to look. Cars all over the road. C and Goat and Benchwarmer. They're on old tyres, and the guys behind want to clear them, but C and Goat and Benchwarmer are doing their own race, so I can kind of understand that they don't want to just pull over and make it too easy. Reptile gets Goat, and oh, is he going to have a crack? I think he will. I think he will. And Benchwarmer, oh goodness me, look at the state of this. Look at the state of this. Almost two separate races going on here. Oh, C and Goat is covering the inside, and oh, Goodwill is lurking. Oh, there's going to be tears here. I can see it happening. There's going to be tears. C and Goat is making his car very wide. Jackie's got him. Goat ran wide, I think. Is Goat on ERS? No, it's not. Okay. Now Goodwill will surely get the Ferrari. Oh, there's contact, boys. Come on. Oh my... Dreamliner, where's he come from? My word. Dreamliner said, I'm not mucking around. You boys can do whatever the heck you're up to, but I am taking advantage. And he's gonna... Oh goodness, he's taking C and Goat too. Well. Oh. Little wheel banging. It's always nice. Future Dreamliner out of nowhere. P5. He's got a penalty. Possibly a recent one, as does Jackie, I've just noticed. Not many cars do have pens, but these two do. Goodness gracious me. C and Goat is finally being passed by the guys in pressure rubber. Benchwarmer's still mixing it. He's still on those hards that he started on. Is he heading out for a safety car? sure he would not say no to a sneaky safety car, even a virtual maybe, to throw on mediums at this point. Is it too early? Hard to say. Yeah, things getting very, very racy up here. So Hawker's a lapped car. He should ghost and not be a factor. Dreamliner, I think, will look to pass the AlphaTauris at a poor run through the long right-hander. AlphaTauri will not have DRS, and Dreamliner will just steam by. Minimum ERS required, in fact, maybe even none. None used in defence by Benchwarmer. And Dreamliner is up to P4 on those mediums, a little bit older than some of the guys around him. I don't think he can go to the end, which could be a problem for the Williams driver. He's up to P4, he's in the mix. He's only 1.5 behind Jackie. Oh, goodness me, there's wheel banging going on. Benchwarmer is just not, he doesn't know when to... Oh, hello, who's that? That's Goodwill. Gee whiz. I mean, I'm making it sound like I don't approve of what Benchwarmer's doing here, but really I do love a driver who just fights for the sake of fighting. It's good to see. His tyres are not super flash, but he's obviously got good pace, and he's willing to scrap for every last position. Sadly for him though, he has dropped down to P6, and I think he'll struggle to catch on to the back of the two men in front. And I'm saying that he's well within DRS, so he'll probably be quite happy just to be towed along with the guys in front of him. Up at the front of the race, Shockwave is leading. He's got now a 3-second gap to Broken Reptile. 3 seconds, so that's really extended. Broken's on 3-lap fresher mediums. Could that be crucial later on? And then there's another 3.5 seconds back to Jackie. And you can see here there's the gaps of over a second accumulating. What? Why is Benchwarmer slowing down? Did he slow down? Is he looking and coasting? Is my game tripping out? Who knows? Noah's in the chat. He's had a bad day, his Nozza in the Alpha, but all you can do is learn and come back better and stronger. So Benchwarmer's now starting to drop off, unfortunately for him. Further down the order, what have we got going on? Asher, I think, passed by Glorious Noodle. Asher's on older mediums than the Mercedes man. Both cars low on ERS. What's going on here? Clarence is scrapping with Altonki for P8. Altonki has not stopped. Clarence has. More yellows from Sir Hawker. Get off that screen. So there's a few pins at the moment, just 3 seconds for a few guys, but crucially Jackie and future Dreamliner. Keep that in mind. Most drivers have made pit stops, but Altonki is one who has not. Likewise, C and Goat just ahead. Clarence is on middle-aged hards, I would describe them. But unfortunately for him, Altonki has got DRS to the car in front, so Clarence will use DRS down the back straight. He's using his ERS. And, or maybe Altonki didn't get DRS, okay. Very interesting. These guys scrapping at the back end of the top 10. And I'm pretty sure Altonki, C and Goat, Benchwarmer, and Combat, who's also in the mix, they will all be hanging out for a safety car right about now. You could go on to mediums and finish the race with no real tyre management required, I would say. But I think we run reduced safety car, and I have a feeling that Cody's have turned it down a little bit, the frequency of safety cars, which is something I have mixed feelings about. It just means that when you need a bit of luck. If you have a bad start to the race, you fall down, you have damage, something of that sort. It's harder to get back in without a safety car. Now, will Clarence be close enough here? He's only 4/10, it's close. They've all got DRS, it looks like, on C and Goat. He's just fallen out of the clutches of the AlphaTauri in front. So we'll see if any of these guys can make a move. So the chess match going on here. Clarence is low on ERS, as you can see by the flashing red light on the back of his Alfa Romeo. But they're all just kind of equalising each other and just enjoying those extra, what would it be, 10-15 kph down the back straight. As Altonki finally says, enough's enough. I've had enough of the hards, I want some mediums, thank you. At least I hope he's putting mediums on. He is going to go one stopping to the end. It's probably a good strategy. Mediums go on indeed. And he will come out somewhere in the region of P14, I would say. It's going to be close with him and his teammate at the exit. And Glorious gets him. So drivers having to concede now and make their pit stop. We'll go back to the leading battle. Dreamliner is very much on the back of Jackie Perez now. So Dreamliner is looking good for a podium, tentatively. Although Shockwave and Broken Reptile have rather broken clear of Jackie. So the top two making a break for it. Dreamliner, get DRS here. He's got a decent amount of ERS. But crucially, Jackie does as well. Jackie's been looking after it nicely. Is that lifting and coasting? If anyone's in the chat, let me know if you think there's some lifting and coasting going on here, or if I'm just imagining things. Dreamliner buys his time for now. Keep an eye on that gap anyway. And rejoin the battle for what's that? P6? Yes, roughly. Laps to go. Is someone going to make a mistake? Sometimes fatigue can set in a little bit. You can just get a little bit complacent. And these guys look very racy. One little mistake from one of these drivers and there's going to be position change. I can almost guarantee it. This is the ERS situation. 40% for combat. CN Goat's burning through his. Clarence also burning through, and Benchwarmer. Benchwarmer's a sneaky character. He knows not to burn through his ERS. He's only using it when he needs to, and he's on 81%. Speaking of sneaky characters, Honest Crook down there in P15 is setting purple laps. He will get the fastest lap point. No one else beats him. For fastest lap, you get that point regardless of where you finish in the order, even if you're down in P20. Good run here for combat. A lot more ERS. We're going to see a position change. Combat goes through to P8, passing the other man who has not stopped. Oh, goodness me. See him go. Trying to take it back around the outside, along the curb. Might have got a warning for that. But Combat takes the position. It's been a good performance from Combat. He's a fighter, this guy. I think he dropped back at the beginning of the race. Admittedly, he's not pitted, but he's making a good go of a recovery as Clarence and... oh, goodness me. Clarence and Benchwarmer go side by side. Benchwarmer is just not interested in conceding. Not interested at all. And, oh, they're wheel banging. Boys, come on. Keep it clean. Oh, more wheel banging. This could go very wrong very easily. Combat's lurking in the background. maybe ride with him, he might get a good view of this. They're very close, very, very close. Someone's causing yellows. Might have been Allura and someone down the order. Unless I've missed something major. Anyone get a run here? Seeing Goats dropped off. Combat's got pace. Oh, here we go. There's a change in Dreamliner and Goodwill having a scrap. I think that was Goodwill coming back at Dreamliner, maybe? Oh, the yellow's final. Raiden's had a mishap down in P11. He's not having a good day either. When Benchwarmer in combat and seeing Goats in the pits, he's had enough. I was going to say, these guys are leaving it. They're pushing those hards late as Benchwarmer, oh goodness, there's contact. Benchwarmer down the inside of Clarence. Clarence cuts him back. And these guys are exchanging paint at an alarming rate. I'd be amazed if they've got all their end plates intact. Looks like Benchwarmer does. Clarence does. And does combat as well? Yes, I think he does. So maybe no wing damage, miraculously, for these guys. But there's been some serious wheel banging going on in some of these battles. Chiefly this one. It's been ongoing for a number of laps now. Clearly evenly matched, these drivers. Now Benchwarmer's dropped off from Clarence, so Benchwarmer might miss out on DRS here. Has Benchwarmer taken too much out of his tyres and all of that massive defending he's done? There's a big downside to fighting the good position like your life depends on it. I don't think he's going to be able to do much. There's Shockwave pits. Shockwave's pitting from the lead. The mediums have not lasted and he is two stopping. Well. He'll go on soft, so he'll be quick, but my goodness, has he just made a monumental boo-boo by two stopping when most of his rivals were one stop? See what tyres everyone's on and their age. Yeah, I think everyone else is going to one stop. They'll be struggling a little bit at the end, and I mean, Shockwave is, what is he, 5.7 off Goodwill. So he's going to be quick. You can see that delta dropping all the time. Grim Reaper in the chat with support for Clarence of P6. Grim Reaper's a good racer. Enjoy racing with him. Oh, goodness. What the actual heck happened there? Anyway, Cody's giving me a heart attack. Shockwave is 3.8. He is gobbling up that gap to Goodwill. He's going to set purple times. Sorry, honest crook, but your purple time is down the toilet. 3.2. My goodness me. Was it 5 seconds or something at the start of the lap? 5.7? Got short-term memory loss, so I can't remember, but Shockwave is absolutely lying here. So Walker the lap down and had an awful day at the office. Oh, dearie me. Broken reptiles in the pits now as well. So the medium runners are just deciding they're not interested. Is that what's going on there? Is that a 5 second? Ah, Codemasters, what are you doing to me? You're not making my job easy. So Shockwave has jumped Broken by some way. It looks like well over 3 seconds, and Shockwave is a second and a half off Goodwill. I don't think the two stop's the way to go, but my goodness me, they're going to be quick later on. Benchwarmer comes down pit lane, chucks on some new rubber. CN Goat. Purple time for the Ferrari down in P12. It does feel absolutely beautiful being on soft tyres at the end of a race when everyone else is on old lawn, mediums or hards. It's a beautiful thing. There's not much in life more beautiful. Shockwave. Has Shockwave cleared Goodwill already? My goodness me. I think he has. So the gap, oh my goodness, the gap is 10 seconds or so. 10.3 to the lead. Jackie Prez has got a pen. How big is that penalty? Jackie's got 6 seconds and Future has 3. Shockwave might have pulled an absolute blinder here. I was discounting him maybe too soon. Maybe he knew. Maybe he thought better than old kickbuttkiwi here thinks about race strategy. And he is going to be gobbling up that interval. He might stay on this interval screen for a little bit, even though it makes it harder to see the individual battles. But we'll just monitor that gap. I think Shockwave's in with a chance here. What are we doing? Who knows? Yeah, we'll go back to that screen. I can see the battles going on. Goodwill's kind of hanging on to Shockwave, but he's got Broken Reptile for company. And the Reptile in the Aston is going to absolutely rinse Goodwill in the next few corners. Oh no, oh, not if he makes contact. He's got to be patient. He's got to be patient, and he's getting annoyed. He's going for it. He makes the move. A little bit of contact. Does he have any damage? There was a bit of a bump there. I can't see any. So Broken Reptile is set loose. He's only 11.5 off the lead. So Jackie Prez and Future Dreamliner trying to hang it out on those old tyres, especially Dreamliner on old mediums. And Shockwave and Reptile are on their way. On fresh rubber. They smell blood. They smell the win. Certainly Shockwave. And it's going to be fascinating to see how these final 6 laps or so play out here in China. See, all sorts of strategies have gone on here. A few penalties starting to show up. Mixture of 2 and 1 stops. I think the 1 stop's the better way to go. But Shockwave and Reptile may make me eat my words here. Shockwave's gap's down to 8 seconds. There's yellows, but it's McLaren down the back. I think Sir Hawk has finally decided enough's enough. Yeah, those yellows are just for him, although there's a spinning... I think Combat might have spun. So he's slipping away from contention a little bit, unfortunately. Oh, it's a pass up the top. Dreamliner and Shockwave. Shockwave's got Dreamliner already. My word. The Dreamliner pulling back. I feel like it's a futile effort now. He'll get DRF. Shockwave is weaving in a questionable manner. Dreamliner will say, I'll have that position back, thank you. And Shockwave will say, I've got better traction on these softs. See if I can't out-drag you. But 2 into 1 does not go here. Oh, goodness me. Oh, I imagine that's a warning for Shockwave. Where are we? And Reptile has got past Future Dreamliner too. So, the 2 men on fresh softs are now about 8 seconds behind the leader Jackie, who has 6 seconds apiece. So if they can get within 6 seconds, it's effectively a battle for the win between Shockwave and Reptile. Fascinating stuff here. Jackie will be aware of that gap. He'll know that he has 6 seconds apiece. He'll know that that gap is 7.5, and he'll be desperately trying to lap this Shanghai circuit as quickly as possible. But I feel like he's on a hiding to nothing, I'm afraid. 2 guys behind him are looking very racy. Now, one question here is, can Broken Reptile hang on to Shockwave? I think Shockwave's had the pace advantage. But if the Aston Martin man can just stay in DRS range, which he is doing, he's 8/10ths back. Honest Crook has retired at the final corner. Oh, could that be a late? I don't think it would be. I think it's too late for a safety car. In normal circumstances, it would be a safety car. But we might be spared that drama. Michael Massey, calm down. It's okay. No need to pull any hijinks here to force a result. We're going to be under green for the last 3 laps. 6.8 seconds now between Jackie and Shockwave. Broken Reptile's got pace, he's hanging on. Boy, is he hanging on. He's got some DRS as well, does Broken. Definite advantage over Shockwave. Jackie's got quite a bit as well, but I don't think that'll be much of a factor. And that gap, I think Jackie might have made a wee mistake in Sector 1. That gap's jumped down considerably to 5.2. Crucially, Broken Reptile is also within that range, so if things carry on like this, Jackie is on for P3 at best. Oh, seeing Goats had a mishap, I'm afraid. He had some kind of spin. He's got all of his car attached, which is something. But we'll keep an eye on the battle at the front for now. Don't think Reptile's going to be close enough. Is he just biding his time? Saving that ERS? Why is Shockwave using his? I don't know. And he's weaving, he's picking up rubber, he's wearing the tyres out that little bit more. And as you can see, under braking, the ERS accumulates nicely. I tell you what, Shockwave and Reptile might actually catch Jackie on track here. 2 laps to go, it's a possibility. It's all a bit academic, but it could be interesting to see how that pans out in the last few corners. Reptile's all over Shockwave. I'm just going to pan away very, very quickly. A bit of a scrap going on here for P7. Actually, the scrap's going all over the place, but I'm going to have to stick to the front battle for now. With 2 laps to go. This is effectively the battle for the lead. I mean, there's always the possibility that Jackie's got pins that he reckons he can get taken off with the stewards later. But 6 seconds looks like 2 corner cutting pins, which are virtually impossible to get out of unless you've been sort of off the track or something. Down the racer in Altonki, down the racer up to P7 it looks like. And there's a spinner. Oh, Altonki. Oh dear. Spun. And that's a shame. He's struggling to get his tyres going again. What am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm not going to try and be clever. Oh, Reptile's close. Reptile's making the move on Shockwave. I caught the end of it, at least. Reptile takes P2. It's effective race. Position 1. Oh, I think he's timed it to perfection, everyone. His laps, I've forgotten how to speak English here. His tyres are a lap younger. His ERS is now, okay, he's burnt through quite a bit to get past. But Reptile, we're on the final lap now. It's all happened so quickly. The Aston Martin man is on for the win. If he can just hold it here, Shockwave, can he stay close enough? He needs to stay not just within the second of DRS, but within probably 6 or 7 tenths to have a shot down that long straight, I would say. Can he hold it? The gap's 8 tenths. Oh, I think it's too much. Reptile looks strong. He looks very strong. No mistakes. It's all Reptile needs to win. I certainly didn't pick him as a pre-race favourite, but he has performed superbly. But Shockwave is, oh, he's close. He's under half a second. Surely not. Is there going to be huge drama here? Oh, yikes, I don't think he's close enough. Shockwave is... Oh no. It's not enough. Reptile's got a big gap. He's pulled it out in that final couple of corners there, and barring a disaster, Reptile just needs to keep it clean. Jackie's still there, he's going to cross the line in P1. But Broken Reptile, I believe, is going to cross the line to win. Is he? Yes, he is. Broken Reptile crosses the line and wins the Chinese Grand Prix, even from Shockwave in P2. Oh, Shockwave will be gutted. He was so close. Jackie Prez, a valiant effort on the one stopper, but not quite enough. Comes across the line ultimately in P3 before Penn's considered future Dreamliner. P4. That was a good comeback. He looked out of it for a long time, but he fought his way back and showed some of the pace that we saw in that opening Grand Prix. Goodwill, P5. People are causing yellows. Do I want to know? Not really, because I'm trying to figure out position changes and whatnot. There we go. So yeah, Dreamliner, good progress through the field. Jackie Prez will be a bit disappointed to drop from pole and to lose the victory kind of on the line, but it was those Pens that lost it for him. Clarence, solid race, P6. You wonder maybe what could have been. He'd have qualified P3. Further down the order, notable mentions, Al Tonki, P10, started P19. Really solid race from him. X-Asher P13, I believe that's an improvement on last week, and he's hung in there and brought home a few points for the team. Benchwarmer, what happened to Benchwarmer? Oh, goodness me, I guess he made that pit stop that dropped him. He was out of position further up, having not pitted, but yeah, wow. Our Tonki driver of the day, well deserved. Easily the most positions gained in the race. But the race winner today is Broken Reptile for Aston Martin. Excellent drive from that man. Brings home the bacon. The men in green. And he will be absolutely over the moon with that result. A really well executed race. Hung on to Shockwave until the latter stages. Kept some ERS. Knew what his pace was like. And pulled it through when it mattered. So all credit to him. Teams wise, who's raked in the points there? Red Bull P2 and P5. That's a really strong finish for them. Apart from that, Aston Martin P1, P7. They've got some good points there as well. Alpine both in the top 10. So I don't have the standings handy, but things will be starting to take shape. You can see some consistent performers starting to shine through, particularly, Shockwave and Dreamliner both finished well in race 1 and followed up in race 2, but Jackie Prez and Reptile also look like strong contenders. So yeah, that is the race done and dusted. I'm just wondering, do I invite people into my party for a post-race interview? You know what, I'm going to do it. Except I don't have people on my friends list. Stand by. I will try and do stuff that's too complicated for me. And we will see if people want to have a chat to me. Nothing more awkward than a post-race quote-unquote interview. Broken Reptile, where are you? You know you want to be my friend. View profile. How do I do this? I'm going to add him as a friend. Who knows what's going on. Other podium people were a Shockwave. And Jackie as well. See who accepts, see who runs away. Screaming is probably the wise thing to do, to be honest. Actually, I've just realised that to do post-race interviews, people have to have the audio setting turned on right so that they can be heard in the stream, so that could be a wee bit tricky. I'll give it a go anyway. Stand by. No, don't leave. So we'll see if we can get at least someone in for a post-race interview. Here we go, Jackie. How you going? I'm good. I'm just trying to do some impromptu post-race interviews here. I don't know. Do you know if your audio's turned on so that you'll be like heard through the stream? There's a wee setting in your. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully people can hear both of us. We'll see in the stream later. But yeah, well done on the race, man. P3 for you in the end. It looked to me like you had those 6 seconds of pens, which sort of came back to bite you, unfortunately, in the end. Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's frustrating. Yeah. Nah, P3 is pretty solid, and I believe you got taken out of race 1 last week. Is that what happened? Yeah, so you'll be feeling pretty good about at least, you know, getting on the score sheet and... Yep. Yep, stay consistent for sure. I think that's the key. Now, was I right in thinking that you tried to one-stop that race? Yes, it did look pretty good, although the guys on the 2 stoppers were gaining on you hell for leather at the end. That is an issue, yep. Yep. They go long enough, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a high tyre wear track for sure, but I think, you know, if you can stop fewer times, that's generally the way to go in the Codemasters F1 games. So yeah, awesome. Well done on the result. Good to see you making up for the disappointment of last week. And yeah, thanks for joining me in the post-race interview. Hopefully it shows up on the stream. Thank you very much. All right. Catch you later. So yeah. Cool. All right. I think he's the only one who's going to have joined me for the interviews, but thanks Jackie for that, and thank you for everyone tuning in. It's been fun, despite being let down bitterly by my co-commentator Artie Chengs. There's going to be some very heated behind closed doors discussions during the week about, you know, why that happened and how we can sort of move forward, but we'll get there. But yeah, thanks again guys, it's been good fun. I appreciate you tuning in, and I believe I will be back next week, same place, same time, for more mischief and mayhem. Couldn't tell you where we're racing, but wherever it is, it should be heaps of fun. Alright guys, thanks again, and take care of yourselves. See you later.